up, everyone? I'm Jamie from Three Little Goats, and it has been a very, very busy morning. It's really loud in my office, so we'll be heading out to the outside where it's a little bit quieter. Daisy's in heat, the boys are in rut, so if you hear some weird noises, you'll know why. But just to give an update on what I'm doing, I've got both of my 3D printers going for some Christmas presents. I've got some liquid Castile soap going. I've got some Harry Potter soaps curing in their molds, and there over there is one of my printers. So yeah, it's been a very crazy morning this morning, and I've got to get these soaps packaged up to mail out. But let's get outside and let's talk soap. Okay, so today we are going to talk a little bit about soap. I get a ton of messages on Facebook as well as emails and comments asking about questions about making soap. Most of them come from the video I did many years ago, the very first soap video I made, which was a horrible quality, horrible audio, just not very good all around, but it's picked up momentum, and so I get a lot of questions on that video. So today I am going to address some soap questions. So let's pull up some questions. Okay, first question. I want to make a simple jasmine smell soap for my mom in a purple color with a mold of flower. Can I purchase lye and use coconut oil instead of olive oil? And can I buy distilled water and all these things on Amazon? You can buy your oils and your lye and everything on Amazon. Distilled water you can pick up at pretty much any grocery store, at least here in the US. In the water aisle, it's like 99 cents for a gallon. You can order the jasmine scent on Amazon as well, and I always have links down in the description on where I order some of my supplies. As far as making a 100% coconut oil soap, I would not recommend it just because coconut oil can be very drying to the skin. It's a very good cleansing and it provides a great lather, but it can be very drying to the skin. So if you can do some sort of combination oil, I would recommend doing that, because that way you get some of the other benefits. Like olive oil is very nourishing to the skin, so you can kind of equal them out. Or there's tons of different other oils as well. You can use sweet almond oil, rice bran oil, avocado oil. Any of those oils will work. Just make sure that you run them through a lye calculator, which is also linked down below before you try to make your recipe, because every oil has a different saponification rate. And so you'll want to make sure you have the right ratio for lye and distilled water to the oils that you're making. How do you weigh the exact ingredients on your soap making video on YouTube? I use a scale. I actually use a male scale because it has a higher weight tolerance on it, but any food scale that you can pick up at like Walmart or on Amazon will work just fine. Just make sure you put your container on it, then zero it out, and then weigh all of your ingredients that way. I always weigh everything, my lye, my water, my oils, my butters, everything gets weighed by weight when I'm making my soap. Is it okay to mix perfume to the mixture that you have? Can I use perfume instead of essential oils like the ones that I use in my video? I've never tried using like store-bought perfumes in soap. They're not really designed to be used in soap. So if you're going to test it out with a specific perfume that you have, you may want to try a small batch just to make sure it's not going to prevent your soap from coming to trace or even seizing your soap. So I would recommend any type of new oil, even essential oils or soap fragrances, always do a small batch, test them out to see how they're going to react with your soap recipe before making a big batch. That way you don't waste a whole lot of supplies. Another question I get very often is, can I make soap without lye? I don't want to use lye because it's so dangerous. Well, if you use lye under the right safety settings, it's not going to be dangerous or as dangerous as you think it would be. It's really not that scary once you get a handle on making soap. Now, in order to make pure soap, you need some sort of oil or fat and sodium hydroxide, which is lye. It is a main ingredient to making pure soap. So if you don't want to make soap with lye, you can always look into getting melt and pour soap, which is available on the market and in many craft stores, which you can just melt down in the microwave and add things to it like different fragrances, colorants, scents, and even like add-ons like lavender buds and stuff like that. So if you don't want to use lye but you want to make some custom soaps, look into melt and pour soap. But in order to make pure soap from scratch, you do need to use lye. All right, this one goes into measuring again. They said that they cannot find measuring cups with ounce measurements. But again, that goes back to the previous question that we had. I measure everything using either a food scale or a mail scale. You can pick them up online, or you can purchase them at most like big box stores as well, in the cooking utensil area or in the like stationery area if you want to get a mail scale. Again, the most effective way is what I'm trying to say to make sure that your soap turns out good is to measure everything. Where is the best place to store my soap for it to cure? I keep mine on like the cookie cooling racks, or wire racks, and I keep them on that, and I actually put them in a closet that has an air vent in it, so it does get air circulation in it. So anywhere that it's not going to be disturbed but has good airflow is your best bet. You don't have to keep them in a dark room or locked away, anything like that. Light's not going to hurt them, but I just keep mine in a closet. That way I don't have to worry about the kids or the animals getting to them and knocking them over. So just someplace out of the way so they can cure. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. I was wondering if there was any other kinds of oil you use instead of olive oil. Again, you can use any type of oil: olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, all kinds of different oils out on the market. You can even use vegetable shortening or Crisco shortening. All of that stuff you can make out of make into soap, not make out of lye, but you can make into soap. But every oil, butter, fat, all of that all has different saponification rates. So be sure, if you're going to be combining different oils or using different oils, make sure to use a lye calculator to make sure that your soap's going to turn out right. Because if I need 12 ounces of oil and 3 ounces of lye for olive oil, which this is just a scenario, chances are that same 3 ounces of lye isn't going to work with like a coconut oil and a sweet almond oil combination. So make sure you do your homework and calculate each individual recipe that you want to make. Alright, you mentioned in your video that some fragrances will seize your batch. Which ones do I use? I use a combination from different places. I've oiled essential oils from Amazon. I order a lot of my fragrance oils and essential oils from places like Brambleberry and Bulk Apothecary. And another question, where do you get your supplies? Again, Amazon, Bulk Apothecary, and Brambleberry are my 3 main sources. I do a lot of comparison shopping when I am shopping for my supplies. I will actually add everything I want into my cart, and I will see what the total will be with shipping, because sometimes shipping will actually be more expensive with Brambleberry than it is with Bulk Apothecary. Even though the prices are cheaper at Brambleberry for some items, the shipping kind of negates that, and so it actually is cheaper to go with the more expensive items and the lower shipping with Bulk Apothecary. Again, do your research, comparison shop. I have all those links down in the description box below. So that is what I have got for you guys today. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, we put out new videos every single week, and we've got a pretty big project coming up this weekend, and hubby has said I can vlog him in it, so you'll even get to see my so amazing husband next week. So be sure to subscribe for that, and if you have any questions, be sure to leave them down in the comments below or contact me via social media. Everything will be down in the description box below, and I will see you guys next time.